may be a problem with life. We keep it like this. Then we keep it in the other mode, right? Instagram, somebody can just hold it. I don't know what it's called. But then you can't see it. There should be a stand there. So we do Bruhi Mukundeti again because we were still adjusting. Right? I just do the last line. Okay, so Charan and I have been collaborating now for almost 15 years. Yep. We're trying to do multiple devices. We still haven't figured out how to do that. Okay, put it down to our age. We are not part of that generation which knows how to do multitasking so very well. So this is the life that we have been waiting for this. It's a good moment. எங்களுக்கு வந்து நிறைய I know that a lot of wishes have come to Charan and a lot of wishes have come to me for our respective Kalaimamani. Congratulations, Charan. So, and நிறைய requests வந்துட்டே இருக்கு for songs that we have been playing for so long. And okay, this Instagram may not work. Okay, it just keeps slipping. We are not prepared for it. It's fine. So the first request was for us to play something. இதெல்லாமே வந்து people have sent us these requests. So the Kadidasilindu வந்து we are going to play some. So I think we'll play a couple of lines of the first one. It's a long time. At this point, we start expecting comments, and there are no comments. So we will continue playing and singing. Thank you, Kamraj, for saying super. So we do know that comments is working. So this live was to, it's a part of our gratitude series. Yeah, gratitude to Pataka, Gurucharan and I started this vocal and piano collaboration, what perhaps 10 years ago. And the piano, Carnatic music, சேருமா சேராதா அப்படிங்கிற பல சந்தேகங்கள் அந்த டைம்ல பட் we have lasted the course. இன்னமும் இருக்கு. It's actually very amusing to me, Charan, when people say, so this is something new you guys are doing, right? அப்படின்னா இப்போ வந்து 2021ல அந்த மாதிரி சொல்லும்போது we are still fresh and new. Maybe, but sometimes I think also I realize there's two more generations of musicians which have come after us. So அப்பப்போ வந்து இது புதுசா இருக்கு பியானோ கர்நாடிக் மியூசிக். நாங்க புதுசெல்லாம் இல்லை, 15 வருஷமா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். என்னோட தலையை பார்த்தாலே தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. ஓகே, ஸோ Shekhar, hi Shekhar, nice to see you logged in. One Bharatiyar பாடல் for me. Why not? Okay. Yeah. Those songs. Well, so many comments on Instagram. I'm just going to try and take a look and scroll through this. Punnagai Manan from this ragam. Can I catch the thief? Abdinu or kelvi. Okay, we can try. You can always try. Charan sir, I'm a big fan of you. Okay, thank you. But that is. Okay. All right. So, இதுல இருந்து புன்னகை மன்னன் எப்படி போகுதுன்னாக்க So, நிறைய requests I know will keep coming, but Charan and I are about to embark on something quite new. Many of you know that I have been running Rhapsody, which is can we have the Soda Day Kamas version of Telugu? Interesting choice. So Charan and I have been collaborating also on something very interesting. As you know, I've been running Rhapsody, which is our I've got my cushion of Rhapsody here. So we have been working with children, and what Rhapsody does is music valiya eppadi isai vali kalvinu solluvom. Music valiya eppadi maths or science or physics or chemistry or சொல்லிக்கலாம் சொல்லி இப்போ Rhapsody வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட 477 ஸ்கூலோட ஒர்க் பண்றது. So almost 500 schools where we are impacting fundamental education. I'm very proud to say that Sikkil Gurucharan is one of our trustees, been closely associated with Rhapsody by first starting out as chief guest, the chief guest, but also working now very closely with me on creating a very new course. Taran, can you tell us about the course that you're going to create for us, Rhapsody, on our platform?
Yes, absolutely. This was something that came up after Anil and I did the short course on Udemy, where it was an introduction to Carnatic music. But that was targeted to all students and enthusiasts of Carnatic music. But what Anil is mentioning about is Rhapsody's exclusive project, which aims at introducing Carnatic music to young children, their audience, the target audience that Rhapsody has. So we are trying to recreate the fundamentals of Carnatic music in a way that is understood by every child across the world without any language barrier, without any other barrier. So நாங்க எல்லாருமே நாங்க சங்கீதத்துக்குள்ள நுழையும் போது we don't have aspirations to become overnight performers or stars. It's just to cultivate a very healthy interest towards this art form and how to appreciate the nuances and technical details of this art form. So அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சேம் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் லெவலை கிரியேட் பண்ணோம், அந்த அவேர்னஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ணோம் among the young children of இந்தியாவில் இருக்கிற யங் சில்ட்ரனுக்குள்ள அந்த ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ணுங்கிறது தான் இந்த புது முயற்சி ராப்சடியோட
Cocoon. So you can see Cocoon on the screen for those who can. Stands for Collaborative Children's Online Network. And what Rhapsody is going to do is have courses at the beginner level. And beginner level னு சொல்லும்போது குருச்சரன் இப்ப கரெக்டா சொன்ன மாதிரி it is not just about performance. ஒரு கர்நாடக இசையோ இல்ல வெஸ்டர்ன் மியூசிக்கோ எந்த ஃபார்மா இருந்தாலும், ஸோ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஐ வில் பி டூயிங் அ பிகினர்ஸ் கோர்ஸ் இன் பியானோ, and the idea is to do the beginners course in such a way that you understand the instrument, understand the story behind the compositions, and also understand how you have to sit and play. அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு முறை இருக்கு. இது வந்து வெறும் கிரேட் 1 கிரேட் 2 கிரேட் 3 ஒரு சர்டிபிகேட் மாதிரி போகாம இட்ஸ் ஆக்சுவலி கோயிங் டு கெட் இன்டு தி டெப்த் ஆஃப் தி கோர்ஸ். ஸோ குருச்சரன் இஸ் டூயிங் இட் ஃபார் கர்நாடிக் மியூசிக், ஐ அம் கோயிங் டு பி டூயிங் இட் ஃபார் வெஸ்டர்ன் மியூசிக். அண்ட் இதை தவிர குக்கூன் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல இன்னும் நிறைய கோர்சஸ் வரப்போகுது. ஸ்டே டியூன். லைக் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஐ கிவ் யூ a clue of one. It's called Beethoven as a design thinker, where we are actually looking at how composers have actually were pioneers in design thinking. So in the மாதிரிலாம் new courses இருக்கும்போது stay tuned for Cocoon and do try it when it launches. On that note, we'll take some other comments and questions. Let's see what's happening. So again, I'm going to my Instagram. Please do a workshop for adults too. Hey, Charan, நீ சொன்னதான் வந்திருக்கு. Adults பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னா. Please say hi to us. Shailaja, okay, and hi Shailaja. Then we have congratulations on the award, thank you, and we have let's see. All right, so what type of courses are available on Rhapsody? Shobana, so Rhapsody platform will launch on June 21st, which happens to be Gurucharan's birthday. But அதை தவிர வந்து ஒரு பெரிய milestone day அன்னைக்கு என்னன்னாக்க World Music Day பேரு. So there are going to be beginner level courses in Carnatic music, which of course is being done by him. Beginner level courses in Western music, but we are also having our what I would call our marquee courses, which is maths and science through music. So music வழியா எப்படி மேத்ஸ் கத்துக்கலாம் aligned to the CBSE curriculum. Music வழியா எப்படி சயின்ஸ் கத்துக்கலாம் aligned to the CBSE curriculum. Then we have design thinking, which I was just telling you about. We got coding. So we were actually working on an interesting course. We are doing coding but using music. So you take Ilayaraja's music and actually start looking at it as code. How would you think about it? And it's all designed for children, and we're quite excited about it. So I'll give you an example from one of the requests that have been made. Right? So from in this, hey, these are all our songs. They're not Ilayaraja songs. All right. So I'll take. So one way of looking at it is to actually look at the sequence as a series of numbers. And இது ஒரு numbers நான் ஒரு கிராஃப்ல போட்டாக்கா how will you map the pattern அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு இதுவா இருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி வந்து அந்த இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிரேஸ் can be actually mapped as a function just between the first note and the fifth note and the second note and the fifth note, right? So that can actually be written as a function, right? And then if you feed that function to a computer, then how will it actually play, right? So we're actually taking examples like that, which makes it very interesting for children to play around with these things. And then they can create their own patterns. And using patterns, do compositions, right? And our favorite examples for patterns becoming compositions is one of the songs that Charan and I always do. So things like this are going to be very easy to represent in code because it's a simple linear pattern of melody. So either code எழுதணும்னா எப்படி எழுதணும் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து becomes a very interesting way of. So music as far as we are concerned is a language. It's not an art form alone, right? It's a language. Music is a language in which you express a thought. So all you need to do is if you listen to this, you get a thought, right? If you were to listen to அப்படின்னு கேட்கும்போது பாட்டு மாத்திரம் காதுல விழாது. There's so much that is going on, right? So you can think of the movie, the scene, so many things come into you, right? Or if in recent times the song has got a new memory for me. அப்படின்ற பாட்டு இப்ப கேட்டாக்க எனக்கு என் ஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்து ஆக்டர் ஆனது தான் ஞாபகம் வருது. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி there are different associations that music has, right? It has huge effects on memory, on concentration, on concept associations and things like that. இதெல்லாம் தான் வந்து we have used in education very effectively. இப்போ the whole thing is becoming a platform. So we're very excited. So Gurucharan's course, I think, is encoded into 3 levels. Level 0, 1 and 2. Can you tell us what is 0, 1 and 2?
So we just started working on level 0 and 1 now. I mean, going a little before the basics, Apasa and Sarlevans, அதுக்கு முன்னாடியே சில விஷயங்கள் we have to educate the children on. So basically, sitting posture and breath control. When I was learning, and I'm sure this is the case with most of my age students and performers now, we were never taught to sit in one particular way. We just sat and we sang. But now, with the advent of so much of media and so many choices that children have online, so I thought it would be very nice and different to have a Carnatic course which actually starts from the basics and even before the basics a little bit. So sitting posture and learning a little bit about breathing and how breathing affects your performance and how your performance affects your breathing. It's a very mutually symbiotic relationship at every given point of time. So அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு relationship explore பண்ணி and then slowly we get into basic naturally occurring swaras. Then it's an organic way of introducing music, the swaras, the talas to the young mind. So it's a huge learning experience for me as well, how to cater a course to the young listeners.
Somebody's asking about SPB, but before I come there, I've never tried this with you. I thought for the first time, let me try this.
Oh, yeah.
We will be, as I said, June 21st தான் வந்து launch ஆகுது. So from April, from Tamil New Year's Day, which is April 14th, we will be sending you regular information on registration, on links to register and things like that. So follow my pages, Gurucharan's pages. You'll be getting this information, and we'll be putting out the links in our bios and things like that. So stay tuned for that. We just wanted to use this live to actually just thank everybody because Gurucharan and me have had a fabulous journey since he was about 11 or 12, which is when he was first introduced into my life, right? When he was a junior of mine in school, and so that's like 30 years, 30 odd years of knowing about Gurucharan, and of course the last 15 years of the delight of having worked with him, seeing him grow as a musician in so many ways, not just with what we are doing, but all his various avatars. their talent in theater, so many things that he has gotten into. And it's so fitting that both of us are working together in education as well, which is something he's passionate about. I think it was 2015, Charan, when we were in Toronto together. When I saw for the first hand, because we were both staying in a service department together, and I could see Gurucharan as a teacher in a first-hand experience. And what astounded me is what a good teacher he was. And that's not astounding. He's always been a teacher to me as well. But when I saw him interacting with children and being very patient and his usual very gentle, I am the rowdy, he's not at all. He's such a nice, calm person. And அதுல இருந்து தான் அந்த ஐடியாஸ் எல்லாமே வந்தது. அதாவது எப்படி இதை வந்து ஸ்கேல் பண்ணலாம், இதை வந்து கர்நாடிக் மியூசிக் எங்க ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் அப்கோர்ஸ் உயிர், பட் how to translate that. And we found that many young children are suffering from lack of நிறைய பேருக்கு பாட்டு கத்துக்கிறாங்க, but they are not able to learn why it has to be done. And little children always, Gurucharan is the dad of two youngsters, we know this. Children will keep asking why. ஏன் இப்படி பண்ணணும், ஏன் இப்படிதான் பாடணும். So, and you must be able to answer it, right? So that that is where we are at. So stay tuned. Hi sir, please. Okay, you say so. SPB sir, I've discussed extensively in interviews. I don't want to keep on talking about it because it makes us very sad actually. But maybe you should talk about when SPB was there with both of us.
Yeah, that was a very memorable occasion. I think 2013, right after, towards the end of our performance, last 15 minutes, this legendary figure walks into the auditorium and sits in the first row. I just shut my eyes and stand because I was sure that part I would have.
No, and I remember the next day we both had a concert in Chettinad or something, Karaikudi, and I was so jealous that SPB sent only Charan a message saying Chiranjeeva, you sang very well or something like that. And I was said, SPB sir ki ennadan nalla theriyum, unak matra enna message antaran. And I remember that.
The way he interacted with you on and off stage, I've seen.
Yeah, I know, but I know I shouldn't say it with Charan sitting here, but எனக்கு வந்து the two voices that have dominated my life, one is SPB and the other is SGC, okay, which is sitting next to me. I've been என்னை ரொம்ப ஸ்பாயில் பண்ண ரெண்டு வாய்ஸஸ்னாக்க இதுங்க ரெண்டு தான். ஏன்னா இவங்களை கேட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் வேற யாரை கேட்டாலும் எனக்கு அந்த ஐயோ எனக்கு சரண் மிஸ் பண்றேனே இல்ல எஸ்பிபி மிஸ் பண்றேன்னு தான் இருக்கும். அந்த மாதிரி என்ன பேம்பர் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு குரல் ரெண்டு பேருக்குமே அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு மியூசிக்காலிட்டி அண்ட் சென்ஸ் ஆஃப் எஸ்தெட்டிக் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ லவ்லி பீப்புள். ஸோ இதுக்கு மேல நான் சரணை புகழ மாட்டேன். இஸ் சிட்டிங் ரைட் நெக்ஸ்ட் டு மீ. I think we'll do one more request and then we'll stop with that. I think I'll go. All right, something in Neelambari if possible. Yeah, so on the whole, the idea of Manodharma and Swarakalpana also can be linked to programming as well as mathematics. Absolutely, it's absolutely correct. So, all this is what is coming into the course. We will end with in the body. Yeah. So thank you for joining us on the Sunday morning with a very exciting announcement about Cocoon, and which is coming out on June 21st. So stay tuned for updates. But also thank you from both of us. In the Tarunatla, when Charan got his, I remember he got his national award, his Sangeet Natak Academy Yuva Puraskar for vocal music. In 2008, yeah, Charan,
Yes.
and I got it in 2009. And Kalemamani happened at the same time, and I was so happy that I was sitting next to him in the function also. So, என்னோட ரோல் நம்பர் 5 அவர் 7 இருந்தது அவ்வளோ கிட்ட உட்காந்துருந்தோம். So I think our destinies are very intertwined, and our journey has always been together, and it continues to be together in Cocoon as well. So looking forward to all your support, and thank you for joining us on Sunday.